How you doing, guys? The Alpha Master, and it's been 1 year since I interviewed the legend AK-47. Back at it again. It's right here, and bro, it's been a long journey, man. It's been a while.
Yeah, it
How you
has.
doing?
Wagwan to all the Alpha Masters that are watching. Thank you for having me again, bro. This means a
No problem,
lot. I
man.
mean, the process was very hard to get to this moment. We had to, talk with a lot of distributors, right?
Yeah,
Because
sadly, man.
you have a
We
bunch
have,
of people you have to talk through
yeah,
to get this meeting, and we finally got this meeting. How are you, man?
doing good, bro. Yes, I'm still working. It's been a while, man.
Yeah,
It's like
that's
it's
good.
crazy, man. I remember the last time I interviewed you, and it seems like a while ago. A lot happened. Like we're not the same people anymore, and it's
Yeah,
like incredible all the things that has like at least for me that I have gone through. My mentality has changed. Like the way I see life has changed, and it's just really like I'm really grateful for everything that has happened with me so far, and for
mm.
every day that I keep on living, that I can still breathe, I can still live, I still have another opportunity. It's uh, it's really I'm really grateful, man.
I'm glad that. I mean, it has things changed in a positive way.
Yeah.
That's good, bro. I'm glad to hear that. I mean, I could say the same thing in terms of my side. Can I say it?
Mm.
Yeah. So last time we were talking, I'm pretty sure I was talking about my school year and how the process of school and how much it damaged me a lot. Having to, work so hard with a teacher that's been very disrespectful,
Yeah.
and about the. It's just now this school year has been a lot of it's been very hard. Okay, that's all I gotta say. It's been very hard studying so hard to get only a fraction, but you know, I passed. I
You
passed.
did it, man.
I passed my class, and I'm so happy. I don't care if I pass with like a 51 or 52. I don't care.
So I
I
guess you
passed.
wait. Are you done with school, or you still have one more year?
I don't know. I mean, I don't talk about
Oh.
my what year I am in,
Okay. Okay.
but what, but like the year that I just did it, it was very hard, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm glad. I mean, I've been through this my whole life, and that's the thing. As another thing as well that I can say is that throughout my whole life and my whole journey, I didn't know what winning was. I didn't know the sense of winning or the feeling of winning, and that's probably why I never really cared about many things or cared about winning. I'd rather just give you know, the win to someone else, the dub as we call it. I'd
Yeah.
rather give
The
the dub to
W.
someone else. And it's
Sadly.
very bad though because it's like I, let's say we're playing like even like small things such as soccer or like a spelling bee. Like I would just tell myself, okay, if you lose, you don't lose. It's okay. Or a test or anything. And it's always been me failing or me not getting the mark that I always wanted. But this was a whole different thing, and I actually won, and I felt so good about myself. I can't even explain. And that's another thing as well with winning is you have to have a good support group in your life. You need to have people that care about you.
That's the
That
thing,
give
man.
this care. Because
It's
if
like
you have, let's say you have someone, for example, let's say you won something, and I'm your friend, right?
yeah.
I'm gonna support you. I'm gonna be happy for you because that's what a friend should do, and actually, give you praise for that winning. But let's say you have someone else who, you win, but then that person is like, "Oh, good, like good job," but they actually just want to be better than you all the time. That's a
Exactly.
toxic friend, and you can't have
Exactly.
that because if
Yes.
you have someone that constantly thinks, "Oh, I want to be better than everyone in this room," and sees you as a competition when you're their friend, that's just so negative, and you can't have that in your life, man.
Yeah, like you can have
And
competition, but it has to be healthy. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
you need to be like, oh, because competition is always good. It's always healthy to have competition, but it's like if you have a friend, then like he's happy for you, you're happy for him, and we just go together for success. You know what I mean? Like that's the way it should be. Like always, you know, man.
You're right. And with competition comes sportsmanship, and you
Yeah,
should definitely have sportsmanship in any sport whatsoever. And that's the thing. That's the thing with my support group is there's a lot of egos that are happening. Like you know what egos are, right?
yeah, I know, I know.
Egos, and that's the thing that I hate the most in life is egos. People that just can't accept that they're wrong. People who just think of themselves as some gigantic people when they're really not. And
Yeah,
that's the thing as well is I've dealt with this throughout my whole life when I just had to just step down to people and say, okay, you're right. But in my mind, I know they're not right, but I'm just going to say they're right because I don't care to argue. I generally don't care to argue with people.
sadly. And that's the
And
thing. Like it's like when you are like in a mental state where you just don't want any drama in your life, where you just are like, oh, bro, like if you say something, it doesn't matter if it annoys me, like whatever, you say your thing. But as long as it doesn't affect you, if it doesn't affect like the way that you feel, like your personality, then you just have to let other people be because no one is going to change for you. And like if somebody changes, it's because they want to change. So that's the thing. Something I learned like the hard way in life is that you just have to accept everybody for who they are, even if they are like the worst kind of human beings. Like you just have to be like, okay, you are like that. I don't want you in my life, but that's it's cool for you. Like you do you.
the
You know what I
thing
mean?
as well is you
Yeah.
can't just, I know you said accept, but also you have to move yourself away because I don't care what kind of human you are. At the end of the day, it still affects you if you have them in your circle. If you have people that like destroy you, you need to get them away from your circle. Otherwise, they're just gonna keep making. They're gonna make you into them, and that you don't want that. You want to be you. You don't want
Sadly.
hurt in your life, and that's another thing as well. You need happiness in your life as well,
Yeah.
and you need to do the things that make you happy. And that's another thing in this life is people don't do that. I see hundreds of my friends doing things that they don't like themselves, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, then why don't you stop doing it? And they're like, oh no, this is this, and it's this is just a bunch of
Excuses.
excuses. you
Excuses. I
you
know.
need you need to do the things that make you happy. Like me, for example, my friends all tell me, yo, AK, when you say you're gonna do something, you actually do it. And it shocks them because when they talk about it, they're just so scared of it. And I'm not trying to
Mm-hmm.
say this as in a way of, oh my God, like look at me, I'm such a cool person. I'm not a cool person. At the end of the day, I'm just doing what my mind just wanted to do. And that's the thing with people is when they want to do something, they have incredible things to do as well. Who knows what other people want to do? Except they just don't do it. They hold it in and they say, "Oh, I'll do it later or when I grow up." Just start now.
Exactly,
You
bro.
have you have a dream, start now. Don't just wait on it. Like if let's say you're interested in piloting and at this age, you're saying, well, I can't get into a plane or I can't do anything like this. No, you can. Just look it up. You can always do research. You can always get yourself ready for it as long as you love it. If you're
Mm-hmm.
pushing yourself, then there's no point. You must like
Yeah.
love it and push yourself. It's those two things that you need to combine together.
Yeah, dude, I want to share like a book that changed my life that I'm currently
Mm,
reading. It's in Spanish. It's Gente Tóxica, so it's like toxic people.
mm,
And this book pretty much it like explains. So each chapter is like a guide. You know what I mean? And it explains like the personality of a person, based whether like they can be a psychopath, they can be a narcissist, they can be like a fake friend, and like it's so like interesting because you are reading this book and it's like it like describes exactly like whenever you feel like you imagine, oh, this person hurt me, this person was like really mean to me, and it like explains how to deal with those kinds of people, and how you can like either like win them over in your favor or stay away from them, or like it like basically like it's like a guidebook that helps you uh, like put yourself first pretty much, you know what I mean? And it's like I think it changed my life, but I'm still reading it. I haven't finished it yet, but it kind of changed
good
my
one.
life, like changed like my perspective on things, my perspective on people, like the way, like for example, I used to care way too much what people think about me, especially my friends. But honestly, bro, when I talk about friends, I honestly don't even have like that many friends, to be honest. Like I have people that I know, but to call somebody a friend, for me at this point of my life, honestly, I I can say I might have like about 10 friends maybe, and of course you're one of them, of course, you know. It, yeah, and like the thing is that it's like there are some people where you just cannot trust. You just cannot trust. You have to be yourself and be like, I don't care if somebody doesn't agree with me on the things that I do. I'm still going to do them. It used to be different for me. Like I will like make things because I want the acceptance of a group that at the end of the day they don't provide me anything. All they provide is like validation, you know. And I was like so stuck on that toxic mindset of like wanting validation, and that's impossible, man. It's impossible to like everybody, and even it's toxic because like you enter into that world and you feel like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that in order for them to like me, and you're not yourself, and you lose yourself. So
Yeah.
you don't wanna get into that, and like you're young, that's why. And I guess you also had experiences like that in your life, you know. So that's why I'm telling you, know, I'm as a 24-year-old guy that has learned stuff way too late. Even though honestly I'm not that old, thank goodness, and I'm still learning and I'm still dealing with a lot of issues that I'm still dealing with on the daily. So I'm not perfect either. I'm still like a 24-year-old guy that is learning from experience. But what I
Mhm.
can tell you is just do your thing and be proud of what you're doing. Even if you, who cares about society saying, oh, you're not making money, or you are this age, you should be doing this, or you should have this, or whatever. Who cares, man? It's like it's you versus you at the end,
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
the reality, man. You know?
And that's another thing when you said the validation in terms of groups is, yeah, like you want your group to, I mean, not necessarily love you, but
Yeah.
give that care and attention, obviously, that everyone deserves. And that's a thing as well, is nowadays it's so hard to find people like that. Because I don't know what is up with how people are so like, how I don't know how people are just so like selfless now, or I don't think that's the right word, but just people who are just so looking at themselves, like self-absorbed. They don't care about anyone else except for themselves, and they're so good at acting like they do. But then you start seeing through the cracks that, oh, this person does not care about me whatsoever.
Yeah.
And like when you start talking to them, you think you know them, but no, then they start opening up and then absorbing you into their negativity and their toxicity.
Yeah.
The only thing that they give you is their negativity.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, here, catch, oh, catch, oh, catch.
So
Okay, I don't want to talk to you anymore. And it's like, okay, wow, I have all this shit from you.
toxic.
Now,
Yeah.
what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
And that's another thing as well. I'm not sure if you accomplished but you need your self validation. We talked
Self
about this
validation. Yeah.
before,
Yeah.
but the self validation is very important because if you don't have validation from yourself, you're just gonna be chasing after your whole life after people who are just gonna trick you into, oh yeah, I like you this, I like you that, but they're not gonna really give you that because you need it. Not you're not gonna get it from someone else. You need it yourself. Even if a girl loves you so much, you still need self validation because it's still gonna come back to you. And another thing as well is, you said that you're 24 and you're still
Mm.
learning, of
Yeah.
course, but that's the thing. Everyone works in a different way. A tortoise may not be fast, but in a race with a bunny, but it might be smarter than the bunny. Like everyone has their different paths that they're fast at, and that's the thing I needed to learn. And that's the thing as well is everyone learns. No matter what age you are, you still have things to learn about. A man can be in his 50s and just learn how to take care of a child. It's different with everyone else. Everyone has their negatives. So that's why you should really, when you're like comparing yourself to others, you should compare yourself and say, okay, what are the good things that I have? And that's the thing I haven't been doing. I've been just thinking, oh, this person's so smart. He can go home and study all day, come back home
Mm.
and just know everything. It makes no sense. So yeah, bro. I mean, I'm glad that you're still learning. I mean,
That's not.
you know, that's what life is. Just all about
Yeah.
learning.
Yeah, dude. And like sometimes it's like I don't know if this happens to you too, but I'm like so hard on myself that I kind of like this self validation thing is really hard for me because I'm like so hard on myself over the things that I accomplish. Like for example, like I know the past me from 2 months or a month ago will be proud of me because I remember, first it was like a certification course that I had to do, and I was like kind of depressed at the time, and I was like not really had the self discipline to finish it, and I at the end I ended up finishing it, and that was a dub. And then like I was like, no, bro, I want to start reading every day at least like 10 pages. That was impossible for me. Like I remember, like for me to read, it was like a really hard challenge for me. And then I ended up doing it, and now I'm like reading books, and I am doing my best. I don't, bro. I think I may have dyslexia. I cannot search it up, but I'm not confirming or denying it because like that's something that a doctor needs to confirm. But like the thing is that when I read, sometimes I have to double or triple reread a paragraph because I wasn't really paying that much attention. So it's kind of hard for me to read. And sometimes I try to use it. Not even audiobooks help because like sometimes in the audiobooks like it's like I kind of zone out and then I have to like rewind, a little bit.
That's
But
the thing. That's the thing about nowadays because it's very dyslexia is very common
yeah,
because that's the same thing with me too. When I read a book, like let's say I read a whole page,
yeah,
then I tell I don't remember this page that I just
yeah,
read, so I gotta go back and read it again. Or in video games as well, if there's a step that it says, okay, the knife is in the kitchen, I'm just like, okay, wait, where was the knife? And then like it's always like that. But there are you as long as you focus. I mean, as long as you focus yourself. I mean, I'm not sure with dyslexia. I never even tried to solve it myself because, to be honest with me, all I had to do was just read the same page again and I understood. It's just our brain zones out easily because of the technology that we're always surrounded with and our so short attention span that we have nowadays. I know because I mean you probably know as well because on YouTube people don't even watch the full videos. People can't watch full videos. We just I mean from me, I mean I know because when I click on my analytics, people only watch like 1 minute of my video. Only one. That's not even a percent of my video. So
from your live streams, you mean, right?
no, I mean my videos as well because I have videos
Ah,
up as
okay,
well.
okay. Yeah, makes
So
sense.
I mean, streams. I don't. I mean, I think a lot of people watch my streams, but they don't watch it fully, which I don't blame them because they're long length.
Yeah,
The videos that I put time into and like a lot of minutes into, it's just like, oh man, like I'm not pleasing my viewers, and
mm,
that's all I want. Like I don't know what they want from me. Do they want me to do an
yeah.
OF or like I don't know?
Yeah, like nowadays the shorts are more popular because people are just, and that's a problem in society nowadays. People are just scrolling through TikTok or Instagram
For
Shorts.
attention span.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
like you just like watch. I don't know. That's dangerous, bro. Like there was like, and the guy that figured it out is freaking smart, but it's like we now live in a generation where like, and that's one of the problems that I was trying to explain to you about the generation that we live in, where people are just way too consumed on trash content, and
Yeah.
like that's like a way. It's like a drug because it distracts us from our own selves, from our problems, from what we need to like improve on. And I was also on that world. I remember when I was younger, I used to watch a lot of like freaking toxic content. Like I don't know if you remember Leafy back in the days. You remember that him, right?
Yo, what's up, guys? It's Leafy here.
This,
Welcome
yeah,
back
I
to
know,
another
man.
video.
And like
Yeah.
when PewDiePie was toxic, like all of like the edgy content, all of those edgy contents, and I was like consumed on all of that, and I didn't know at the time, but actually that those type of content like nowadays is Spit. I don't know if you heard about Spit, but like it's like a streamer that is always like screaming, and because of that he became popular. He makes like really like rap videos and
Thing
that.
though, you need to
Yeah,
nowadays you need to sell your soul in
kind
order
of,
to like be famous. Like look at
yeah.
Speed for example, bro. Do you know
Yeah,
Speed?
exactly, bro. That's what, yeah, that's all he does. Like that's why he's famous. Like extremists are like like all fucking crazy, and
Yeah,
like people
like,
like
and the
watching
kids
that,
love it though. The
Yeah,
kids
the
love
kids
it.
love it, sadly.
Like, and that's all that matters at the end of the day is if the kids love it, then you're doing a
Yeah.
good job. But that's not gonna make me want to do that because I don't even have the energy to do that. And
Mm.
plus, I want to be successful of something I work hard on,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
trying to make people laugh in my way. Because I don't know how he does it, but every single day you stream by yelling. My dad would come in and like
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, man.
I don't know how his parents don't react. I mean, the only
I
time
mean,
I heard
he
them
makes
react
money.
is recently for the
Yeah.
fireworks.
Oh
Have you
yeah,
seen
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Man burned his own.
He just burned his freaking house. But
I
like all of
know.
those, man, all of those clips. I mean, they make you famous. Like kids normally they're and it's about the dopamine on the brain. Like
Yeah,
they wanna be entertained. So like
yeah,
that's like a content where it gets you entertained immediately.
yeah.
So it's like a drug at the end. It's a drug, and that's a problem. Like for example, if I ever have kids, and that's like something very important. Like my kids need to focus on something positive, on something that is going to improve their lives. Like there are things on the internet that kids that are young should not even like know it exists. Like
Mm.
should avoid at all costs. And honestly, that was like, obviously I don't criticize my parents, but that was a mistake because they didn't know. Like the internet is something new of our generation, but they didn't know. And like me, my brothers, like a bunch of my friends, we were all consumed by trash content, by freaking pornography, by a lot of really negative really negative and trash content on the internet that is not going to help you at all in life.
Yeah, 'cause it was just open for everyone. It's so
Yeah.
easy to access. Yeah,
And the dangerous thing is that then you feel like shit and you don't even know why. And you not connect the dots. Like luckily, bro, I'm so grateful. Like I was able to connect the dots before it was too late. And I was like, this is why I feel like shit. It's not them. It's not because these guys don't want me on their group. It's nothing like that. And I know because I've been on both sides of the spectrum. I've been like a lonely nerd with no friends, and then I was like the like no not popular, but like I had like a bunch of friends, and on both of those occasions I felt unhappy. So I know, and I started to really feel happy when I started to like fulfill myself and understand why I feel the way that I feel, what I need to improve on, what I need to work on, and just focus on mainly on me. That doesn't mean that I'm going to like be all like self-centered and not care about anybody else. Of course I care, but now it's in a different level. Now it's like I love my friends, I love my family, but at this moment in time, I need to focus on me because I am the one that is trying to grow to reach their goals. And
yeah.
if they love me, they will support me. If they were fake, they'll be like, no, bro, come with me. Let's have a drink. Let's get wasted. Let's fucking like make the biggest party or whatever the fuck, man. And if they didn't love me, they will do that. Like they will distract me from my goals. But
And that's another thing as
that's
well
fine.
is like connecting to the self validation is that you can't listen to others as well, and you can't expect people to always understand you.
Yeah, yeah,
Like when like my parents don't support what I'm doing right now. They hear me yelling for like 2 seconds.
fuck.
I go downstairs to get a drink, and they're like, "What are you doing?" And I'm just like, "I'm streaming," and they're like, "Okay, like calm down. You don't need to yell." And I'm just like, that's
Mm.
just me. They don't know me because I'm a
Yeah.
whole different animal when I'm playing a game. They don't know their son.
It's your
And that's
passion, man. It's your passion, so
I'm gonna put my energy into it. So that's
yeah,
why you gotta fight for something that you love. Even if
exactly.
your parents deny it, if it makes you happy and you think that it's gonna help you when you grow up as well, bro, do it. Like definitely. Like if you have the passion, it will help you. Like for
Yeah.
example, me, if I listened to my parents, bro, I would not even be talking here right now.
Mm. I mean, at the end, our parents want the best for us, but they don't know everything, and that's a frustration that I also have with my dad. Like
Mm.
like for example, like nowadays, you can actually have a job where you work online from anywhere in the world. Like that is something that is possible. It's just that not a lot of people understand that. Some people just either want you like to go to university, to go to work at a certain place where you have to be 8 9 hours in an office. I mean, you can do that, but it's not the only option, you know. And
But that's the
it's kind
thing. Our parents grew up in a whole different time. They
yeah,
think they're still stuck with the back time, which was just go to university and college. And especially that college and university was so cheap at their time.
now
Do you
expensive as
know
fuck.
the more people that don't go to college and university, the price goes up.
Mm,
Less people go in, the price goes up even more. And
yeah,
then who's paying for it? We are the ones that are going to university and college. So they
yeah,
don't understand because they're not in the same area. Do I blame them? No, because they're old, they're stubborn, they don't want to listen to you. They say they listen to you, but they don't. And that's just how parents sometimes are. They don't want to. I mean, my parents are like, the old school parents, and I'm pretty sure yours are too. They teach
kind
you the
of.
old school way. They throw you by yourself, and then, you need to teach yourself the different things. Like, for example, for me, I didn't know how to study as a kid. I
Mm,
didn't know. I just learned, like this year, believe it or not, how to study properly. I sat down and I learned it, and it was so helpful because I didn't even know how to study. And that's the thing as well. They don't listen to you. So, for example, my dad, he's on Facebook all the time, right? And now Facebook even did the same thing as Instagram and TikTok and
I deleted it, bro.
Snapchat.
I deleted
The
Facebook.
swiping thing, bro. I go
Yeah,
downstairs and I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, he doesn't even respond to me. I'm like, "What are you doing?"
because it's like addictive, you know, man.
You
It's like
stuck to it. And
yeah,
that's the
yeah,
thing, and people in my school as well. We're literally in our finals, right? And we have
yeah,
to
yeah,
study. The finals is next block. When
yeah.
I look back, everyone's literally on their phone swiping. I'm not even joking to you. It's
It's
like I'm studying my butt off, and these people are getting better grades at me from just looking at a screen and swiping. And
bro.
same thing happened to me yesterday as well. Yo, let's come on, let's go out, right? I said
Yeah.
that to my dad. He said, okay. I went downstairs and I sat in the car. Man didn't come for 30 minutes, and I didn't even notice it. It happened 30 minutes. I go upstairs, he's still on his phone. I'm like, come on, let's go. He didn't even want to go. So
Damn, man.
that
Bro.
it's just so annoying. I hate it so much.
Yeah,
I,
and it's part of our culture nowadays, man. You know, and it's like it makes us feel with the notifications and all of that. It makes us feel like the company that but we can also have like company in person. You know, it's way better. But like, it's just it's man, it's toxic. I feel you, bro. I try. That's why I try to stay away from that. Like sometimes it's hard. Like sometimes I stay. Like I get stuck. I watch like Family Guy, freaking South Park. I just stick in the phone. Like luckily I don't have like at this point in our lives, like people of my age are working. Like they have families maybe. So I don't really have like a friend that I can like distract myself and talk to him for like an hour or something like that. Barely, you know, which is also like another problem that I have because I want like socializing is good. Like you need to socialize at least like an hour every day with somebody. If you don't do that, you go crazy, and sometimes I go crazy from the lack of socialization. So I just have to like get out, work out. Like it helps to be with around other people. But what I was saying is that when you stay are away from the phone, the social media, it's like you start like thinking more creatively. Like you start like having more ideas. Like for example, like I have my business, you know, my YouTube business, and so look, social media entrepreneur, video editing, uh, affiliate marketing, like on the back, like the QR code, like all of this it's because I'm trying to do like see productive things, you know, and like generate ideas that can maybe generate me like revenue in the future, and just grind, you know, like of course I'm talking about it, but the thing is that you have to do it, and
yeah,
doing
of
it is the hardest part. Like doing the
course.
things that is in like you know the way, but you have to walk the way. You know what I mean? That's the thing.
That's a common problem. I mean, I was talking to my cousin the other day,
Yeah.
and Yeah, it was a very hard conversation, but regardless, he he knows what to do, but he just doesn't want to take the steps to do it, and that's another thing as well. It's like if you're not, you know what to do.
Hmm.
Other people don't know what to do. That's the thing. People are lower than you, looking up where you're standing. Where
Yeah,
all you do is just climb a little more step, and then that's it. And but I feel like people don't want to do it because they're either they feel secure when they like they feel like, oh, I can just do it later, like I'm just gonna happen anyways. But you can't risk the chance. You got to do it right away. But that's another thing as well. I feel like they're overwhelmed from it. So maybe you're overwhelmed with your journey that you have to take. So you just need to take those steps because you can't just achieve something giant with big steps. You can't just leap to it. There's a little process, just like reading a book. You have to go through the pages from chapters to the end of the book. You can't just skip chapters. Like that makes no sense.
yeah, bro, dude, and it really helps to watch like, and because YouTube and the internet are not bad, like what is bad about it is like the amount of time that you spend wasting your time with it, but like it has like really inspirational content that can like improve your mindset. So for example, bro, I don't know if you've seen the YouTube channel Ryan Trahan, the YouTuber. I don't know if you heard about him. He,
If I see his face, then I probably know
like
what you're
he
talking
recently made
about.
like a series of like 30 days where he went from 1 penny up to like I think he ended up making like $1,000, bro. And like it was like a whole charity thing that he did at the end, like to give 1 penny to Mr. Beast. But bro, like that, like I was watching some of the like the series that he was making, and it's really inspirational. Like it can actually help you, like if you want to make money, if you wanna like uh, know how to like improve your financial goals. Like this is a content that this is a YouTuber that you can watch for inspiration. Like he was
Mhm.
literally, bro, like for the first few episodes literally buying like bro, that's so freaking smart. Like I can use that at one point. Like he was buying like bottles of water for like $2, and each pack had like 6 or 10 bottles of water, and then like he was selling them at a beach, like each of them at $2. So he was making like $50 out of just buying bottles of water. So like just marketing genius. Like just small things like that. And out of that, like he traveled from Los Angeles all the way to North Carolina to to give a penny to Mr. Beast. But like
Yeah,
that's
that's
like it has inspirational content. That's why I don't say just avoid the internet at all costs. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you need to have moderation and know what you're watching. Like
you need to have a selection of what you're watching, basically.
yeah,
Yeah.
like that's the main thing. And I'm always trying, like when I watch YouTube, especially if I feel motivated, I'm always trying to watch like positive videos that are gonna improve my mindset mainly. And it's helping. It's working. I see that it's working with the way that I think, like what I'm trying to achieve, my like the motivation that I have nowadays, and it's like I'm going through a right path, even though sometimes it's frustrating, like when I get in arguments with my dad, or like when something happens that I didn't expect. Sometimes it's just disappointing, but at least now I know that I can do it, and that's good.
I mean, I definitely can agree with the inspiration that you get from just the simple, and that's the thing as well. It's really simple as well. Like from just starting off trying to make money, it's actually way simpler than we think. It's just we're not thinking enough.
Yeah.
Because like something simple as like getting a bottle and selling it for more. It's so easy, but it's just like we're not. That just proves that you're not thinking enough. You're not thinking
Hmm.
enough in the money way. And when you start thinking the money way, you need to have a balance with it, just like with everything else. Because otherwise, when you think too much of the money way,
Yeah, yeah,
then
yeah.
you're gonna avoid family, your friends, the responsibilities you have in life. And if you think about nothing about money, you're not gonna be making any money. So you got to be in the middle. Right now, I'm all the way on the left. I just do not care about money because what I feel like money does is just destroys people and the way that people think. Like if you, I have a friend that any conversation we have, he talks about money. Any conversation he has, we talk about money. Yo, we just went to the movie theater. How much was it? I don't care about the price. It's a movie. If I was gonna, you like, it's just so frustrating, you know. And, like it's like, why is the first thing you ask is how much is the money? How about how much did I enjoy it?
Yeah.
Maybe how
Yeah,
much
yeah.
how was the
It's
movie rather than how much was it? It's like people
yeah.
like that really annoy me a lot because it's like you care more about money than life, and that's another thing as well is people care so much
Yeah.
about grades more than life. People
AK,
care
but
so much about anything
let me ask you a question. Like, is your friend like? Why do you think he cares so much about money? Like, why do you think
because
that
he
is?
doesn't have it.
That there you go, bro. You know, like there's always a reason why somebody will act some way, and that's the thing that I've been doing that lately. Analyzing instead of getting mad, I will like analyze a situation. You know, analyze a person. Just analyze everything. Analyze. Why do I feel depressed? Why do I feel like shit? And it kind of works, bro. You know, it kind of works. Like it doesn't make you feel better at that moment, especially when you're feeling the anxiety, the frustration.
Uh,
But
Analyzing what the problem is.
the what?
Analyzing what the problem is
Yeah,
that what you're
analyzing why this is going on. Why am I feeling this way? Why is this person acting the way he's acting? That's a skill that I believe if society was able to learn this skill properly, we'll live in a better world. You know, instead of getting mad, instead of like why are you like a leftist? I'm from the right. Why are you Republican? I'm a Democrat. Like shit like that. You know, and people just argue about politics, about all of this, and
if
they
we
get
just
pissed off.
respecting each other's opinions, we'd be good in every single way whatsoever. You know, like, hey, Renato, you like women, but me, I don't like women. I like men. Okay, I respect your choice. That's it. That's literally it. You don't have to be like, oh, you don't like women? Oh, you like, it's like, stop, bro, stop,
Yeah,
calm
yeah,
down. Like, I'm not saying anything wrong. Like, just chill. You know, like I'm just saying what I like. You could say what you like too. I just don't care. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
that's literally how
It's
it is.
tolerance mainly. It's
And that's
tolerance.
another thing with life as well is it's either people are too aggressive or maybe two people are not clear enough.
Yeah.
Because when people aren't clear, like for example, a relationship like I've been in, where the the girl is literally how should I say this? It's very oh my god, so annoying. We went to the mall and she gets upset out of nowhere.
Mm.
Nowhere. She just gets upset. And I'm just like, this is our last time seeing each other because then I'm going to, I'm going on
Yeah.
vacation.
Shit.
Why are you choosing now to be upset? So I ask her, are you okay? I'm fine. And walks around and like runs away from me, and it annoys me so much because
It's
I'm just
anxiety,
chasing
bro.
after
Yeah.
her. And it makes me so upset
Yeah.
because I'm
Yeah.
just like, if you're not okay, talk it out with me and then we are gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Because and that's the thing is like, oh, people have different ways to cope. It's like, yeah, okay, but can you not try coping that way? Because this is our last time seeing each other, and I don't want this to be the last memory where I'm chasing her like a dog. And I don't have a problem with that, but it's like you're not even being clear with me. She's
Yeah.
just running around, and I'm just like, yo, like, what's wrong? What's wrong, right? And then eventually we're on the way back. Then she tells me. She tells me when we're out of the mall. So why couldn't you just tell me in the mall? You had to tell me when we're done with the mall. It's like it was so frustrating. And
I
then I
know,
had to
bro.
talk to her
Yeah.
just yesterday about it. Just yesterday we just talked about it. It
Yeah,
was
man.
so frustrating because it's like people need to be more clear about their emotions. And I understand the past that you've been through. Probably your parents say to you, "Oh, your emotions don't matter. You shouldn't tell anyone. No one cares about your emotions." But I showed no reason to not show your emotion to. I'm understanding and I'm clear, I'm respectful. I'm not emotionless. I have emotion. I make it I don't care who I tell my emotions. So I let everyone know about my emotions, and that's the
That's
thing you
good.
shouldn't do. Is because people do hurt you like that. But
Yeah.
I'm used to it, so I do it anyways. I don't care. But Renato, if someone's hurting you, like if someone makes fun of you for your emotions, or like just says something stupid about your emotions, then you should not tell that person. Me, I don't care because I'm just built a different way.
Dude, I used to care, but nowadays, honestly, I just don't care anymore. Like actually, that started happening when I started changing my mindset, and I think
Yeah.
it's a new skill that I developed this year. Actually, that's why people keep evolving. That's the beauty about our like human nature. We keep
About
evolving,
life, it's
and
just
about
we keep
life.
changing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we evolve, we change, and yeah, like this situation that you had, bro. Like something similar happens to me with my dad, and it's so annoying. Like for example, it happened yesterday, because I love my dad. I wanna spend like more quality time with him, but it's like our relationship is so complicated because sometimes I just get so annoyed at him. It's like so, like it's like I wish you were a certain way and you're not, and that's why I understand you, and it's not my fault. It's just like the way, like I still have PTSD from like some memories that I had in the past because my dad tends to be kind of aggressive, and he gets mad, and I just don't like I don't like drama at all, and it's like I told him, hey, like it's I will feel way more comfortable if I move out, like, and that's why I'm also considering the army and all of these options. Sometimes I feel trapped. Like for me, the best thing will be to be independent. But with my dad, it's like, for example, like yesterday, like I was having anxiety. I was feeling like really really shitty, and like when I feel like that, I just don't want to talk to anybody, bro. I rather just like stay in my room and like stay away. And then I remember like my dad, I was like watching motivational videos, and then in one of them I saw that you should still, because if your heart tells you to do something, you should try your best to do it. And even though I knew I was feeling shit, like I remember my dad walking to like the room that I was watching the video, and then he was like, hey, like what are you doing? And I was like, oh, just here. And then I wanted to train with him, so I asked him, so do you want to train with me? And he was like, yeah, sure, let's go. But it's like I got annoyed because he didn't understand how hard it was for me to say that, because it was hard for me to say that. Like I didn't really feel like sometimes it's not, and it's annoying. That's something that happens with me. When I feel like that, it's not him. It's just that like I'm like annoyed at him because I'm not feeling good and he's feeling good almost all the time. He's like just chill. He literally has like the chillest personality. Like he doesn't give a shit about anybody, what anybody thinks about him, And like for me, it's that sometimes it makes me feel anxious. Like
Well,
I don't want him, like I don't want to feel like shit and then go downstairs because it happened in the past, and he like, hey, are you okay or whatever. Like it's annoying, because I wish I was doing okay. I wish, bro, but I at that moment I'm not, and it's really frustrating for me. And it's like I don't want anybody to talk to me. I just feel like shit. And like for me it was like really hard for like to say that. And then he was like, hey, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And I at the end I exploded because it's like, hey, like I'm trying my best and you don't understand. And at the end we didn't train. I just went out, I just like jogged for a little bit, and then I came back. When I jogged, at least I felt better, but I was really frustrated about that. And like
why
those are,
didn't you train? Why didn't you train with him?
no, I didn't train with him yesterday, no.
Why?
And like yeah, that was, and but I learned to cope because in the past I used to feel guilty about that, but I learned to accept myself. It's like
Wait, wait,
I
wait,
just,
wait. Why didn't you train with him? What happened? Like
because I got annoyed and I was like, he was like
about
telling me, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And I got annoyed and I was like, hey, can you stop? And he was like, no, no, hurry up, hurry up. And I ended up exploding. I was like, dude, like you're so frustrating. I ended up just like exploding, and then I was like, no, never mind, I don't want to train with you. And then I ended up going out of the house because I was
but
frustrated, bro.
that's the thing, man. I understand you're frustrating, but
Yeah,
something like this, that's how some people are. They're just different sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
maybe you don't want to be rushed. You just want to, take your time.
Yeah, at that
But
time I honestly I
maybe,
did.
maybe he wanted you to hurry up to, just because he probably has something else to do as well.
Yeah, I know, man. I
But
know.
but
It's
that's the
like,
thing as well. Would you rather let him saying hurry up, or yelling at you saying hurry up ruin your chance to spend time with him?
the thing is,
Because you just told me that you want to spend quality time with your dad, which I respect and I
yeah,
understand that feeling, because man to man, son to father, that's a
yeah,
good feeling. But you can't let something that small ruin it.
yeah. It's because
And I know
my
you
mind.
exploded, you lost control, and I
Yeah,
understand you ran out. But after that jog, you should have came back and said okay. And then once you're fully calmed down, just restart again. Okay?
yeah. It's because of, look, my relationship with my dad is kind of complicated. Like when I came back, I already knew. Oh, okay, I already fucked up, and he's like I remember from the past, similar things happen, and then I'm like, oh, okay, let's go, and he was like, no, no, and because he also gets resentful, Do it's like we're kind of similar in some way, we're kind of similar, and like because I have some attributes from my dad and my mom. Like sadly, about with my mom, I have she's really anxious. I also have that anxiety. I get stressed out, and sometimes it's like I want to do things my way. I don't really like people pushing me or telling me to hurry up, like stuff like that. And sometimes I get really stressed out. Those are like small things that I'm trying to deal with because I know those are weaknesses that are affecting my life.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know that it's like hard, really hard to explain. Like honestly, I even tried to explain that to my psychologist, but like my relationship with my dad is like really hard to explain. Like is also he also has his weaknesses, because he gets mad, he gets like really offensive, he gets frustrated. No, he doesn't get frustrated. He just like acts as if he doesn't care, and that's the problem. Like that's where I am like affected, because he just acts like he doesn't need me in his life. Like that's the way that he acts almost all the time, and he even says it sometimes. He's like, no, I don't need you. Like you I can do things on my own, and you need to realize that you're lucky that you're here. And now I feel that way. I feel that this is like I am here and you don't really need me here, so why am I here? Like that's the way I feel sometimes.
I feel like you're more observant in terms of your, just with your surroundings,
Yeah,
and he's more a little emotionless and he's more laid back. Because
yeah,
when you're in it, like, I think you're more observant of your environment and the mood and everything else, while he's more like, oh, okay, cool, you
mm,
know. And I understand that because that's how old school parents are. They're laid back. They don't really say too much as well. They say hi here and there, but then they're not really involved into your life that much. Like, I don't think your dad ever asked you about your YouTube channel, has he?
like he doesn't really understand it, and he just wants me to do the what like he wants me to do. Like that's how he will be like good with me. And it's like that's why sometimes I get like resentful and mad, because it's like I feel like he's trying to control my life when I want to do my own thing, and I understand that life is hard, that sometimes it's scary to do risky things, but it's like you have to try it if you wanna get somewhere in life. And the thing is that with my dad, I just feel that it's like uh, I can have like an okay life. I mean, like where I'm financially stable, where I am like good with myself, where I mean it's stable like financially mainly, but what else? What else? Like he like I can have the education, but to continue with the depression, to continue with like those feelings, this is why sometimes I just want to get out there. And even though it can be hard, sometimes you have to do the things that scare you to like feel that you feel the fulfillment in your life. This is why I went to the army. Like I just was sick and tired of depending on him, one of the reasons why I didn't want to get vaccinated. I was scared of the vaccine. At the end, I ended up taking it anyway because my parents took it, and I saw that nothing happened to them for like a month or two. So I was like, okay, if nothing happened to them, then it might be good, because I didn't really trust the government for a while. I was like petrified with all of this. Joe Biden, the vaccine, the virus. I was petrified. I was traumatized with that, and and also like the elections, like all of these things that were going on. Like luckily now I know that all of that is like it was just to scare people, and they got into my head, and
Mm.
like that's a good thing. That's why you have to get an education, or else you're just gonna follow the crowd. It's really
Yeah.
really important to learn things the real way, but like that's what happened. I went to the army. I'm trying to go back because I still want to be independent, and I think that's like the quickest way to reach independence. But it's just like it's a constant struggle. It's a constant struggle because I feel sometimes way too lonely when I'm with my dad. Like in his house, like there's like no excitement in my life, and I just don't want to feel that way anymore. But I can
I
also
mean,
talk with
you could
him.
always do something exciting,
Exactly.
right?
It's up to me. That's what I
You
realized.
have to, yeah, exactly, because he's already lived his life.
Yeah.
Your dad, he's went through all the years of me and you. Like he's up, he's almost like not almost done his life, but I should say like he's at a moment where he's like, okay, well, I did all the things that I want to do, you know, and that's probably why he's laid back. That's the
Mm.
same thing with my dad. I mean, I can agree. Whenever I want to do something, he flips out on me sometimes. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I say to myself, F it, AK, ignore it, and just you know focus on the good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like,
And
it's not that he's laid back. Still like, even at his age, he's still trying to work on his goals. It's just that he wants me, and I explained to him that I'm not ready yet because I'm still trying to gain experience. He wants me to help him with his company. He would rather like have me do things that like he in his path, and I understand, but the thing is that I wanna do things my way, and I can make mistakes, like that's the thing, but I rather live a life where I tried than live a life with regret, and that's something that is hard to explain to him.
will you
The,
get paid if you work at his job?
I've been like, because the company is gonna start in like 2 weeks, I think, and I help him like with some things, but it's just that I need to be more ready, like for certain things that I like he wants me to do, and
Of course, but that's another thing as well. Is what you could do is if you're making money from his company. First of all, working for your family is better than working for a random company that you have no idea of.
mm,
Like McDonald's. I'd rather work for my dad than McDonald's.
yeah, yeah,
Because you
obviously.
even told me from the past, way before, you worked at a job and you hated that job.
I had like an experience in November. It's not that I hated it. It's just that my boss didn't really explain me very well what were my duties, and
And what bosses do. I mean, with
yeah,
McDonald's, I didn't even know what I had to do. My boss then gave me a trainer, the worst trainer ever.
yeah,
I'm telling you, bro. Every time I went into the restaurant, AK clean the diner, clean the dining room. That's all I did for like the first 5 months of my job. Just cleaned. That's
yeah.
literally it. And then they're like, okay, AK, take this person's order. I can't take the order. All I know is how to spray a table and then wipe it.
Fuck.
Yeah. So, I mean, what I'm telling you is that the best person you should, what I'm telling you is work with your dad. Because you also said you're applying to school as well, bro.
Yeah.
Educate my four pillars, I should say, in my life is religion, education, hobbies, and habits.
Yeah.
Four things: habits, hobbies, religion, education. Those four things. What are you telling me right now? You're gonna start your education, right?
Yeah, if I get the finances, hopefully.
And your religion, you're reading your book, and you're still doing it,
Honestly,
right?
bro, on religion, I kind of like backed out a little bit. I remember I used to go to church. I don't really go to church that much anymore.
Why
And
not?
like spirituality is always really important. I remember when I was involved in my church, I was feeling like better. Like depression was something that I could like pray. I could ask God for forgiveness. Like it gave me the answers. It still gives me the answers. It's just that like there was a point in my life where I started questioning religion, and that's something at the end like it's all metaphorical for me. And like I'm not really that religious, but I understand that religion is really important for your life, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. That's I'm not gonna lie. It makes you
I
it
mean,
makes you a better
if you
person.
don't want to do it, no one's forcing you, bro. Like at the end of the day, it's your choice. If you don't
Yeah.
want to do religion, it's okay. You still have education you want to do.
Mm.
You said you're applying to university, right?
Yeah, I already got accepted, and I'm gonna go next
Okay,
week to visit.
perfect.
Yeah.
You got your education taken care of.
Yeah.
Your hobbies, YouTube, right? And
Yeah.
also your side businesses and your side hustles. You could do that as well.
Yeah.
And
I have things
also
to
a
do.
job. Bro, if you work for your dad, you have all these three things you're doing at the same time, and they're amazing. They're not going to stress you out because why? Because school you have to do regardless, because the amount of money you have to pay into school, you can't just cancel a class, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. But let's say job or YouTube. YouTube is never going to go away. You're always going to have YouTube with you. YouTube is always going to be there. So if you're working and you studying in school, but then you don't have time for YouTube, or you feel so stressed out, you could push YouTube to a side a little bit. You can always scheduleize.
Yeah.
That's what I always do. But that's the thing with me is I had what I did was I do not recommend you to do. I said, okay, if I fail this class, I'm not doing YouTube for the rest of the summer. I should have not said that because I didn't mean it. Because regardless if I failed my class or not, I'm still gonna do YouTube. And that's another thing as well with you. If you're really passionate about YouTube, which you are, you will sacrifice it for a couple days, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how life is. It's all about not how should I say it? Categorizing it in a proper order. Your school is very important. Getting money at the same time is important. Every day is like money if you think about it. You're
Yeah.
either gaining it or you're losing it. You understand?
Yeah. That's
And
true.
you have nothing to lose, bro. Work for your dad, get some money. At the same time, you're studying for education. That's amazing, bro. You can invest into some nice things as well, like a camera or a computer. You name it, whatever you want to do with that your job you're working.
Yeah. Like for me,
Blame you, bro.
like one of the weakness that I have is like when it comes to distractions. So there are times where I get really nostalgic and really like homesick, and I'm like, dude, I just wanna go to my country. Everything is easier there for me. Like I have friends that can invite me to parties. I can like even have more friends there. I can meet more people, and I just feel like, oh, bro, like why do I have to be here feeling lonely when I can go back and I can be happier. Like that's the way I think sometimes, and
Of
I'm just
course.
like, dude, like this is first of all, it's not even like true 100% because everybody lives their lives. Everybody has something to do in every part of the world. And second, it's like I have a good life here. Why do I want to get rid of it just because of like something that I think that can be solve my existential problems. It's not even, like it's not who I am. So that's something that I'm always like trying to talk with myself and like just try to improve, like that I am like unmotivated, like just get that thinking out of my head and just do what I need to do. Even if like it scares me, I still have to do it. And I start, and then I like for me it's always when I start something and I find a passion on it, I continue. I continue, and it's like the time just moves on, and I don't even feel it. It's not even stressful. So that's something that I should realize. I need to realize that to just get out of my head.
That's the thing with our brains is that we always have this thing where we always think of something that our brain just wants to do instead.
Yeah,
Like for example, when I'm doing school, my brain's like, oh, all this time you're investing into school. How about you invested into YouTube?
bro,
But that's the thing as well.
bro.
Is that feeling is so good once you actually get to do it.
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
like let's say you hang out with a friend. If you hang out with that friend every single day, that it's not going to be the same anymore. It's not
Yeah,
going to be
yeah,
fun.
yeah. I know.
But if you hang out with that friend like once a year, you guys are going to have so much fun because there's so many things to talk to, and that's what makes it rare.
Hmm.
Just like gold, it's not easy to find. Less gold there is, the more valuable it goes up,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. That's true.
So, so obviously it's gonna be so valuable, and that's why when I was working, I was like, oh, I just want to go home, bro. That feeling when you go home and take a shower, that's the most healthiest dopamine you can ever get. You
Mm.
just finished your job. You spent good time. You didn't waste any time. You spent it all on getting money. That's
Yeah,
all
yeah, yeah.
it matters if you want money. And you feel so good once you get home, bro.
Yeah, I feel a
Um,
similar way after a good training session, bro.
yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
So that, bro, I'm telling you, you should definitely work because there's no bad side in working. It's all good.
Yeah.
And I know you said you like your instructions and you want to work on your own time, but this is your dad you're working for, right?
Yeah, I already do. Like, there's a company I applied to in Wisconsin. I already did the assessments and everything, and I told them if you guys accept me, I'm not even like I rather work than study because I'm making money and I'm learning, and when I'm studying, I'm learning, but I have to pay for that learning. So I told them that I was available. I'm still waiting for a reply, and it's like it's just up to like, but like the thing is that if I sit down waiting for them to reply and I don't do anything, then it's like I'm setting myself for failure because it's like imagine, so you are like not doing anything, and then they say no, sorry, we don't need you. How are you going to feel? You're gonna feel miserable. You're like all this waiting for like just getting rejected, and then you're gonna feel like hateful and be like, oh, like life is unfair, and you're gonna start raging and stuff like that.
Well,
So
I mean, that's why you always have a backup plan. You
exactly,
don't just wait for one thing. That's why when
exactly, bro.
people are applying for jobs, they don't just apply for one job and wait out
Yeah,
in front of the door like a dog. They apply for other
yeah.
jobs
And not even like just
because
applying for jobs, doing like what you have a passion about. Like for example, I want to write a book already, and
very nice.
I already have the title of it. I already have an idea of what to write about, and it's just about self-discipline. Hey, write 5 pages every day, and with that level, then you're gonna be able to write like 5 pages every day. In about 2 months, you already have like, so 60 by 5, 300 pages, a 300-page book. You can publish it. Who knows? It may be a really good book. People might start buying it. So it's ideas that you can use in your free time. They're gonna help you out. And it's not even about the money. It's about the passion. It's always like if you have a passion for something and you start doing it, then the money that comes is based on like how good it is for you. You know, like if you do something with the heart, it's always going to be successful. And that's why sometimes there are some people that are underrated because like they make amazing content, but nobody knows them. But their content is amazing. Like they show it to you and it's like, wow, bro, damn, it's so cool. Like that's
That's another thing as well. It's consistency, man. That matters.
consistency, yeah,
Only
bro.
5 pages every single day. Think about a year.
Yeah,
That's 1,825 pages
yeah,
if you keep it up in a year.
yeah,
And that's the thing that people look over is consistency. As long as you're consistent with something you're doing, you're gonna be good at it.
yeah. Do you remember when I was in the army, dude? I had this notebook, like this is the diary of a holdover at Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Look how many pages I have, bro. Like I was writing almost every day, and even after the army, I kept writing, you know. And
Oh, was it just your diary entries?
it was like I was just writing about how I was feeling, and and like what was going on with my head, like what dream did I had. Dude, sometimes I have crazy dreams. Like you have no idea, man. That's why, dude. This is why I believe in God. Like the dreams that I have, the things that happen in my life, like the energy like every moment has a meaning. You know, I
Hmm.
completely believe that because I experienced it. You know, so that's why like it's incredible, man. It's like my dreams sometimes they talk to me, and it's like a manifestation. Like I totally get that and believe that, you know. So
I mean, as long as you believe it, then it's like, I mean, as long, like, honestly, just believe in whatever you think is right. I mean, no, don't let anyone stop you from doing what you want to do. And, you know, like, there's just a lot of people in this world that stop you from doing what you want to do.
yeah,
You shouldn't let those people actually
no,
stop you
it's
from
about your like your like the people you hang out with, you know, your environment, your environment. Like
yeah,
they sometimes make you forget who you are. Like imagine if you have a toxic girlfriend that is always complaining, that is trying to bring you down, like that's and you only like her because you when you have sex with her it feels amazing. Like that's not good for you, and there is gonna be a point where you're just gonna be like, why am I doing this to myself? And that's how most of like most people don't understand that. It's all about like your environment, and if you are with somebody that is always pushing you up, believes in your dreams, actually wants the best for you, it's going to allow you to be the best version of yourself. I don't know if you remember, if you ever watched KSI's brother, Deji. You ever
I
watched
was
him?
told we had an emotional connection with that.
The what?
Had an emotional connection with that video
What video do you mean?
with KSI and his brother, like the
Oh
fight.
yeah, they had their beef, but you know, but like, why did Deji got mad like that? You know, that's the thing. He was like really affected by what he was thinking, he was feeling, because he felt that his brother didn't support him, and that got into his head, and that mentality fucked him up for years, and like he was just on a on a downward spiral. Like imagine like when he was with a beef with KSI in December, and then like 6 months later he makes like his drama videos. That's because he was still inside of him. There was still like like the heel didn't wound, and he was still with that mentality. That's what it has to change. Like in order for that mentality to change, like no, in order for that wound to heal, your mentality has to change, and
Yeah,
like that's why you saw him lose his fights. Then he had like the girlfriend that he had, like I don't know her very well, but she didn't really seem like good for him, and then he ended up breaking up with her anyway. But it's like he was able to realize that late, you know, like what really matters in life. And you can make stupid videos that trying to get viral, trying to get more subscribers. Like what does it mean for me to get 1 million subscribers if I'm just doing like some bullshit that
it's,
is not going to help me out in
you
life?
don't
If I'm a fucking
feel
clown.
good about yourself because you want to work hard for it, then achieve it.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
feels way better. Like for me, it feels way better if I can inspire one person than to be a fucking clown that 1 million people are watching, and I'm not really improving like their life. That they're just literally just like loving on me, you know, like, and that used to be me in the past. I used to make like live streams. I used to get all crazy, all like exaggerated, and I don't feel like shit. I'm doing that for the fucking clout. They're like, oh shit, I'm getting 20 viewers, and I'm like, they tell me, hey, take off your shirt. I take off my fucking shirt, like shit like that. That's like, it's not good for your mental health at all, because you're like their clown. So you are not valuing yourself.
yeah, you're just following what all they say.
Exactly. So you are not loving yourself, and if you're not loving yourself, then you cannot like expect good things to happen to you. You need to change your mentality. Luckily, I was able to realize that. I was able to realize that before it was too late. Like you can
Yeah.
keep going through a downward spiral and keep doing those like edgy things. Where is it going to take you? It's going to take you maybe
Yeah.
even to suicide, bro. Like Etika. I know you remember Etika. Like there are examples, real life world examples out there. It consumes you. It's dangerous. Like right now, like the YouTubers that I follow, that I see like Jordan Green, the freaking like the King Phillips, like positive content. Even like Christian YouTubers. I also remember I used to watch like this Muslim YouTuber that was also like inspirational a while ago. I haven't watched him in a while, but like he
What's
was
his
like
name?
the what?
Do you know his name?
Jared, something like that. I don't really,
Uh,
I don't remember, but like he was kind of like a popular preacher, and
mm,
but like all of those like inspirational people, you know. And like when you get into that world, like your whole life perspective changes for the better. It's way better, and you even start making better relationships. It's different, man. You know, it's different. Like at this point in my life, the only thing that really frustrates me is like what am I gonna do with my future? Like is and sometimes I get afraid about that. Like what if I work and I don't go to school? What if I go to school and I don't work? Like etc. etc.
well,
What if I go to
that's why you have
Spain?
to prioritize it. You know, you have to prioritize those things.
Yeah,
That's why you need to
priorities.
prioritize those things. Even if that means you have to do both at the same time, because multitasking is the best feeling ever, bro.
Mm.
Like, let's say you need to read a book
Yeah.
and also you have to work out. You know, listen to it while working out. I mean, I
Mm.
know you say that you can't focus properly like that, so I mean, it's different with everyone else.
Yeah.
Everyone's able to multitask, but in different ways that they could focus on. Like, for example, for me, how do I multitask? I don't know. How do I do multitask? While I work out, while I take a break, I clean my room. If
Mm.
that makes sense. Let's
Yeah.
say I
Yeah.
just did a set, and then I clean my room, and then do another set, and then continue cleaning my room. That's like
Yeah.
how I
Yeah.
do
I
it.
know what I mean. It's good. Like it makes your time more productive. It's
Yeah,
efficient. For me, multitasking is kind of hard, honestly. Like especially if it has to do with like I need to like study and work out at the same time. I can't do it. I can't do it, man. It's you
different with everyone else, of
yeah
course. I mean, if it doesn't help you, then you can't do anything about it, man.
yeah, bro.
So,
But bro, so I have like 16%. Holy shit! It's about to die. My freaking computer.
it's okay, then we can end the year.
Yeah, bro.
Okay?
Yeah. So what's is there something you would like to say to the viewers?
Of course. Thank you guys so much for supporting my boy right here,
What's
Renato,
up?
or Alpha Master.
Yeah.
I hope he continues with his journey on. I hope you keep developing. I hope everything goes well in your university as well.
Thank you, bro.
Uh,
If I get
I
there, you know.
Yeah, and also in your job as well. I hope
Yeah.
you actually pursue it because it will help you, and I hope you do this. Okay.
Yeah.
I hope we could do these. Again next time. It's really fun to do these little ones.
Yeah, it is,
Uh,
man. Like actually, for next time, I wanna do like more fun. You know, more fun. Maybe you can like invite a friend or something, and we can like maybe play a video game or something like that. You know, like for collab.
fun. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see, man. Yeah.
It's just all dependent on how our situations are. Because I know
Yeah.
you're gonna start getting busy, and
Yeah.
you
Yeah. Yeah.
he said to me that this month is his month. So
Yeah. The best
you
month of
know,
my life. It's scary.
let's hope that this month is his
Yeah.
month. Okay.
I'm already getting some games, dude. Look at this shit. Yeah. Let's get it.
Yes, look at that.
Yeah.
All right, keep that
What's
going.
up?
I like that. But
We're
anyways,
making it great.
much love to everyone who watched this stream. Thank you for having
Yeah.
me once again, Ronald. It was such a
Thank you,
pleasure
AK.
to be here on this
Appreciate it, man.
channel. And
Yeah.
yeah, I hope you guys all have a good day.
Thank you, guys. Been the Alpha Master. Have an amazing day, and see you later.
See you guys.
Bye.